BYDFi is a crypto exchange on desktop and mobile where you can spot trade, futures trade, use leverage tokens, and copy the trades of top traders. If you sign up with the link in the description, you get a free $100 when you deposit $100. There's hundreds of crypto available on their spot exchange, as well as a free test account so you can practice futures trading without getting wrecked. BYDFi. Hello everybody, welcome back. A little bit ill at the moment, full of cold. I think my cat's got full of cold, is sitting on my lap at the moment. Kids are full of cold, everyone's full of cold. It's miserable outside as well. And the charts, you know, on face value, I suppose, for the emotional and reactionary don't look very good either. But it's doing exactly what we said it would do yesterday, which is pull back from 28,500, give or take $80. More or less did exactly what we expected. So, you know, what we're going to do from here, eh? Bitcoin. So, Bitcoin's basically trading above all major moving averages outside of the 200 simple moving average on the daily, right? So, yeah, we got a rejection from there on the first day. Yesterday, it moved up, and now today we're back down below. No big deal. Avoided a death cross on exponentials, which is one thing, and we're trading above all moving averages. The money flow index, the RSI, the MACD, all continuing with its momentum to the upside, which looks good. And on the 4 hourly, it actually looks pretty okay, to be fair. As far as I'm concerned right now, holding above 27,500 or just less than that. Here's a Bollinger Band center, 20 and the 21 exponential, which is all very good with a golden cross kicker as well. So as far as I can see right now, yeah, the daily wants to continue up. The 4 hour is resetting. We might not see the immediate move back up to that lost zone, but we could. We could. That's the main thing, is that we could. Now, this isn't a problem as far as I'm concerned. In fact, this was exactly what should have happened. It was quite hot yesterday, if you think about it, and the money flow index on this 4 hourly was sitting around 90, I believe. Yeah, just short of 90, about 89. So a pullback was required outside of the comfort zone on the shorter term timeframes, and a pullback to a major area of support is what should have happened, and it's happened. So really, you know, for Bitcoin, we're looking for movements up and back up to the top of the range, back up to 28,500 for another test to see if it can surpass that that major horizontal. Again, back to the daily, there's really nothing much more to say. We've got 28,100, which is your 200 simple moving average. Once you've cleared that and built a base above that, we are looking for uptrend to begin. As far as the Ichimoku cloud is concerned, there is no pump or trend signal that's going to be applied to this chart until probably next week, really. What we'd want to see in a perfect world would be to build a base above 28,500. Around next week, really, to get that extra push from the Ichi cloud. At the moment, you could class it as a no trade zone on an Ichi cloud basis. You know, we're in the cloud. There's no green portion. There's no leading green portion of the cloud. Yeah, there is no closure above the cloud on either the Chiku span or on the on price action. So as far as that's concerned, the Ichi is saying there is no signal here. However, yeah, giving it a little bit of time, maybe into next week, closing above the this resistance that we've been rejected from would be pretty sweet. Now, for altcoins, generally speaking, yeah, their charts are less matured than Bitcoin's. Ethereum, again, yeah, above most moving averages. Just a 200 exponential and a simple, but again, more or less the same setup. Momentum hasn't dwindled. Momentum is still looking quite good, but it's slower than Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's still the leader. We've got Ethereum's golden cross has taken place now over the last 24 hours, 48 hours, and this does have or has had a pump signal that was generated back down here at 1640, and that's probably all done and dusted now. So altcoins, you know, as far as their own setups are concerned, not by any means as good as Bitcoin's. Bitcoin's is way better, but that doesn't mean that there's not setups here based on other factors. So general trend, general breakouts. You know, I still go by what I've been saying about these coins that are listed up here, and I appreciate the comments yesterday. So I'll go through the comments on that video and today's video, and I'll make a video on whatever altcoin comes up as the most requested. So feel free to let me know what you want me to look at, and and I'll do that later on this afternoon. Also, we've got a Patreon as well. If you want to join the Patreon, you do live streams twice a week. So one's tonight. So if you want to join that, you can ask me whatever you want to ask me live, and we'll look at the charts live as well. But as far as altcoins are concerned, they are still looking okay. This is Algorand, for instance. Pretty much a wrecked city chart. We've broken out of a descending triangle. We've crept up towards the major first point of interest. This just below 11 cents really, and now we've been rejected again roughly from that in exact correlation with Bitcoin's pullback. Bitcoin Cash, really good chart as far as I'm concerned. The daily trending above all major moving averages, so actually stronger than Bitcoin with a pump signal as well. So this is one of the better ones here. Atom again done the same as Algorand, creeping out of a descending triangle and actually supported above the Bollinger Band Center for the most part. So same as yesterday, RNDR, that trade is done and dusted for me. That closed basically yesterday, so woke up slightly richer. Chainlink, excellent chart, and then obviously XRP. XRP on the daily yesterday and today coming down to a Bollinger Band Center. So there is plenty of opportunity for altcoins. What we do want to see is the continued strength and momentum for Bitcoin to at least hold this area or move higher. And with that, all of these should be carried forward as well, because their charts are showing more than just promise. They're showing the continued momentum breakouts as well, and so we might be looking at much bigger continuation for altcoins than Bitcoin, despite Bitcoin's chart being the more mature and the better one generally across the board. There's loads of other altcoins obviously that are going to look better, but the liquidity on those is so small that it's unlikely for them to hold their price. That's the difference, I think, that they've got to take away, especially with this portion of the market where Bitcoin is going generally higher. Slow and steady wins the race, and you look at their Satoshi pairs, with Bitcoin pairs, they're going down slow and steady, depreciating their value versus the Bitcoin pair. It's because of the interest in crypto is not very strong. Skepticism around altcoins is still quite high. It's just like it was in the beginnings, and for the most part actually, of the previous bull market. It did the same thing. You have these big moves up, liquidity is low, so whatever goes up comes down. Thou giveth, thou taketh away on altcoins for the most part. This is how it works, really. Whereas Bitcoin swallows up the market cap of all of crypto and continues to creep up and creep up and creep up until basically it reaches a point, usually, when it gets close to or above its previous all-time high, and then suddenly everybody takes note and goes, hang on a minute, crypto is the in thing again, and then money pours in, and then everything goes up in a parabolic fashion. But for the moment, you're going to get these moves up. Now, this is XRP, for example, obviously, after the SEC, went up, thou giveth, thou taketh away. But it doesn't mean that it can't giveth again. Altcoins will continue to do that kind of behavior, but they're unlikely to maintain whatever price they reach. So it is a trader's paradise in a way. You can take part in big moves up, but you'll definitely have to think about taking profit. Unless, of course, you're in it for the long run and you're buying, holding, and staking, and you're prepared to see these moves up and then back down again, and then up and then back down again. Because that's all part of investing, really. Maintaining your hodl position throughout the volatility of the market. But overall, I'm more than hopeful. There is evidence here to suggest that we are looking to break this area over the next couple of weeks and move up into the next major zone, the previous local high around 32,000, and see where we go from there. I've been saying for months that Bitcoin's in an accumulation range between 20 and 40,000. At the moment we're still below the midpoint of that, of the overall accumulation between now and wherever it peaks at. This area down here is going to seem very attractive if you could wind back the clock and get involved. I'm not suggesting anybody goes off and buys this exact level. I'm just letting you know that when you zoom out and look at the overall situation here, this is the equivalent of around about the previous market cycle's $8,000 zone right now. So that's kind of what we're looking at here. The previous $8,000 waiting to go up to its next all-time high. Anyway, long story short, Bitcoin seems okay. We could definitely see a pullback below 27,000, and obviously all altcoins will come down below their Bollinger Bands at that point, and they'll probably look a lot sadder at that stage. But for the moment, the 4 hourly seems to be holding, and the 4 hourly is where I'd choose to focus on this one, because this is still a strong looking setup with plenty of promise to move back up to its previous level, and I would expect over the next couple of weeks break that level and move up further. There's no point really in me looking at the traditional market setups at the moment. Everything continues to go up really as far as Dixie is concerned, and I think it's very unlikely that we will see rate hikes from the Fed, with or without hot or heavy CPI, PPI, all those sort of things. I don't think that's going to affect. I think the Fed is finished now, and so really what we should start to see is stocks continuing to move up naturally anyway, moving into next year. Unless a black swan occurs, I don't think we'll be seeing any more rate hikes anymore. It sounds like a bold statement. I just don't think we will. Not with the dollar looking the way it looks right now. I don't think they're going to want to do that anymore, because of the negative repercussions, generally speaking. Anyway, long story short, things are looking up. I do like the way it looks. More or less the same video that I made yesterday. Apart from yesterday, we're at a higher price. Now we're at a lower price, but the analysis remains the same. So, at the moment, I would consider all of this a buy the dip, which is what I did today. Bought the dip, Algorand, Bitcoin Cash, XRP, and that's all, I believe. I bought the dip on. Yes, it is. Right, so I'll leave it with you there. Fingers crossed, we get some short-term time frame pump, and that pump should take us back up to where we came from yesterday and beyond. And altcoin is looking like they should even outperform Bitcoin in the short term over the next couple of weeks. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a nice day. Maybe I'll see you on the Patreon. Take it easy.